In this video, I will talk about the 8 burning nutrition tips while breastfeeding. These 8 tips focus on the calorie count, what food to eat and what to avoid, what supplements to take, how much to drink, and symptoms of baby's food sensitivities. When I was doing my research for this topic, I made sure I included an evidence-based study to support the ideas presented in this video. As an advocate for maternal and newborn health, I made sure everything is based on sound research from clinical experts so you can remove any guesswork on the best nutrition while breastfeeding. Hello parents! Welcome to Mother Baby Central. This is Nurse Cherry and welcome to my channel where I talk about mom's care during pregnancy and postpartum and babies during newborn stage and first year of life. Breastfeeding is such an important topic and I will never get tired putting out more videos about it. For one, breast milk is the only food recommended by all maternal and newborn experts as the gold standard in infant nutrition. Nobody can argue with that, but breastfeeding has its own challenges. If we dive in deeper, we might go into a rabbit hole, so moms and dads, let us stick to our topic for the week and explore the nutritional needs of mothers who are breastfeeding. One thing to keep in mind, for parents to determine if breastfeeding is going well, proper weight gain of the baby should be achieved. So, let's get into it. Number 1, the recommended calories for a woman in a pre-pregnant state is 1,600 to 2,400 kilocalories per day. According to the CDC, more calories are needed when you are breastfeeding, around 300 to 400 kilocalories more. These numbers are affected by your body mass index or BMI, the level of activity you do every day, and if you are exclusively breastfeeding or supplementing with formula. There is another school of thought on how much more calories needed. According to a manuscript published in November 2016 in Medical Clinics of North America, authored by Kominarek and Prajan, MD, the required kilocalorie per day for a breastfeeding woman is 500 more. So it is higher than the CDC recommendation. How did they come up with the 500 number? Well, again, according to the article, the mean volume or average amount of breast milk produced in a day is 780 mLs. The energy content is 67 kilocalorie per 100 ml of breast milk. 67 multiplied by 7.8 is 522.6 to be exact. Why is this important? Because to maintain lactation, you need to consume the amount of calories recommended, or your body stores will be used. Remember, you are providing the nutrition to your baby. Therefore, it is wise to follow the guidelines. If you are providing the correct amount of calories to baby, then proper weight gain will be achieved. Number 2, what foods to eat? Foods that are high in protein, fruits and vegetables, and whole grains. According to the Dietary Guidelines for Americans 2020 to 2025, we need to base our dietary needs by eating nutrient-dense foods. By following these guidelines, a person can customize the meals or food to eat according to one's liking, culture, tradition, allergies, and other exemptions. These nutrient-dense foods have little amount of sugar, fat, and sodium, but it also depends on how you prepare it. What are the nutrient-dense foods, you may ask? These are fruits and vegetables, whole grain, seafood, eggs, beans, peas and lentils, nuts and seeds with zero or low sodium, fat-free or low-fat dairy product, and lean protein like chicken breast and turkey, to name a couple. It can be difficult sometimes to pay attention to what we eat. One simple way I can advise is to eat more of the dark green leafy and red and orange vegetables. On the Dietary Guidelines for Americans for pregnant and lactating women, Americans consume way below the recommended amount of vegetables, especially the red, orange, and starchy vegetables. Examples of these are beets, radish, tomato, cabbage, bell pepper for the reds, and for the orange, acorn and butternut squash, carrots, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, bell pepper, and so on. Starchy vegetables are corn, peas, white or sweet potatoes, beets, turnips, and so on. They have higher calories but less fiber compared to non-starchy vegetables. So now that we know, load up on your greens, red and orange, and starchy veggies. Before we continue, if you watch until the end of this video, I will give you a bonus tip where I will give an all-day sample meal for the breastfeeding mamas, including 3 snacks to achieve the calories recommended. If you are excited as I am, stick with me until the end and I will surely deliver. Number 3, how about daily multivitamins and minerals? Let's admit it, most of us do not eat a balanced and healthy meal. We live in a busy world. Sometimes preparing meals is a struggle. This is particularly true to moms who have babies and also have to take care of the whole household. If you know for a fact that you are unable to eat a balanced meal, then it is wise to take supplements. But not just a regular supplements. You have to ask the advice from your doctor what supplements you need. A multivitamin is probably not the best one to take because, for one, after giving birth, you don't need the same amount of iron compared to when you were pregnant. And also some multivitamins does not contain the minerals you probably need, like iodine and choline. You can actually obtain these minerals through eating dairy products, iodized salt, eggs, meat, beans, and lentils. But if you can't and you have dietary restrictions because you are a vegetarian or a vegan, then supplements are a must. Vitamin D and B12, iron, iodine, omega-3, calcium, and choline are particularly important for vegans and vegetarians. Every individual has different needs. Therefore, I highly recommend you to speak to your doctor for clarity and guidance. Number 4, let's discuss how much water a breastfeeding mom needs. I've read different literature and they all came up with these. There is no set amount of water you need to drink. Drink when you are thirsty. Drink more if your urine appears concentrated. Drink until the color looks pale yellow. Water is a preferable beverage of choice because you don't need to add more sugar in your diet. An easy way to do this, before you sit and nurse your baby, prepare a jug of fresh and cool water within your reach. And also have a nice portable water container you can carry around to get hydrated even when on the go. Number 5, now it is highly encouraged to eat a variety of food when breastfeeding to introduce different tastes in your baby's palate. Once, a colleague of mine mentioned that when she was nursing her baby, her menu consisted of like a chef-prepared dinner in a fancy restaurant. So when her daughter got older, she preferred like a caviar instead of chicken nuggets. Well, that's just an example. Although I mentioned variety, there are still some foods to avoid. First, alcohol. This should be completely avoided when breastfeeding and during pregnancy. If you choose to drink, breastfeed or pump first. When you drink, wait 2 to 3 hours before breastfeeding. It takes that long for alcohol to be cleared from the body. And this depends on your body weight, what kind and how much alcoholic beverage you drink. This should be taken into consideration as well. Second, caffeine. The most common beverage with caffeine are coffee, soda, and tea. If you are a coffee drinker, do not exceed more than 3 cups a day. And if you also like tea and soda, probably drink a cup of each, coffee, tea, and soda per day. And that's it, total of 16 to 24 ounces per day. You cannot consume any more caffeine-containing beverages or food like chocolate, cocoa beans, decaf coffee. Yes, decaf. It is still caffeinated, but it has lower amount compared to a regular coffee. Energy drinks and coffee containing cakes and desserts if you already reached your limit for the day. Caffeine makes babies irritable and keeps them awake. Third, fish with high mercury content. What are these? Swordfish, mackerel, shark, southern bluefin tuna, and others. Fish is still encouraged, so you and your baby can get omega-3, specifically DHA, needed for the growth and development of the baby's brain. Omega-3 rich foods are salmon, sardines, cod, herring, anchovies, canned tuna, and more. The recommended amount of seafood in a week is 8 to 12 ounces, so probably 2 seafood containing meals in a week. Number 6, some women like to consume herbal supplements. Be mindful of what you're taking because they can contain ingredients that can be harmful to the baby. Avoid smoking, illicit drugs, herbal drugs, and any dietary supplements that is not approved by your healthcare provider. Number 7, babies can have allergic reactions resulting from food sensitivities. So be mindful of the food you eat. Symptoms include fussiness or irritability, rash, hives, dry skin or eczema, watery stools or diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal discomfort, and inconsolable crying. If able, make a food diary so you can monitor what food is causing these symptoms. Consult your baby's pediatrician. Call 911 if there are any signs of respiratory distress or breathing difficulties. Number 8, I saved the best tip for last. A 10-minute video or so on YouTube is not enough to customize your nutritional needs and explain the intricacies of calorie counts, recommended macros, micros, minerals, and others. Please seek the guidance of the experts. Your best resources are your healthcare provider, registered dietitians, and lactation consultants. And for our bonus tip, here is a sample of what to eat in a day for a breastfeeding mom. This sample meal is specifically tailored to a 30-year-old female who has been exclusively breastfeeding for a month. 5 feet, 5 inches tall, 140 pounds with a BMI of 23.3, and her activity level is low active. She needs an estimated calorie intake of 2,485 kilocalories per day. This calculation is based on the Dietary Reference Intake or DRI calculator for healthcare professionals from USDA.gov. Different factors obviously affect the calculation, like the age, the height and weight, activity level, and length of the time the woman is breastfeeding. Just FYI, let me share the macros first. She needs carbohydrates between 280 to 404 grams, total fiber 29 grams, protein 83 grams, and fat 55 to 97 grams. Again, we can go on and on about macros, so I will leave you with some knowledge. These are important too, and not just the calorie count. First important meal of the day, breakfast. A cup of coffee with 2 tablespoons of regular half and half. 1 cup of oatmeal with half a cup of fresh blueberries. 2 scrambled eggs and 1 medium-sized orange. Mid-morning snack, 1 apple with a tablespoon of peanut butter. For lunch, 1 baked chicken breast, 10 pieces sweet potato fries, and 1 cup American salad with 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinaigrette dressing. For dessert, you can add in 2 pieces of dark chocolate. Mid-afternoon snack, non-fat plain Greek yogurt and 1 cup strawberries. For dinner, 6 ounces pan-roasted salmon, 1 cup pico de gallo, 1 small baked sweet potato, and 1 cup vanilla ice cream. Why not? 1,996 calories total. What? This is serious eating, mamas. We have 489 calories more to go. We can incorporate another midnight snack into this since breastfeeding is a 24-hour event. Midnight snack, let's throw in some potassium in there, 1 banana and 1 string cheese. If you're like me, I love to snack, so let's add half a cup of almond for your snacks and eat that amount anytime you want to munch on something. That sounds a lot, right? Keeping track of all your calories, but there are apps you can download to do the calorie, macro, and micro and mineral count for you to make your life easier. And there you go, the 8 nutritional tips for breastfeeding moms. If you find value in our video, please click the like and share button. And if you are really interested in these kinds of contents, join me every week and hit that subscribe button. Be well, everyone. Make this day count, and happy watching!